Good afternoon. My name is Dr. D. Lloyd. I'm a forensic medical examiner here at Lloydville General Hospital. Now, before we start digging into this investigation, do you mind if I perform a really quick medical examination on you? Well, it's, right now, you are in quarantine. So I need to perform an examination to make sure that, you're not contagious with any dangerous pathogens that could cause harm to not only the hospital, but the community as well. Well, I thank you for your understanding. I really do. Well, we get a lot of patients, who come in. They're afraid. They have no idea what's going on. They're frustrated. Tempers flare. Things escalate. So, that's why I really appreciate your calm demeanor as well as your understanding. Just have to log into the computer there. Let's see. Put your file over here while we do the initial examination. Let's see if I can find my light. No, that's a pen. That's a marker. Here we are. Alright. Now, if you open your eyes for me real wide, like that. There you go. Okay. Okay. Can you open your mouth for me a little bit? Real wide, please. There you go. Just like that. Say, There you go. Alright, well, I do see a little bit of swelling. Interesting. Can you tilt your head back for me? I just have to look up your nostrils. Oh, don't be shy. I've seen plenty of bookies. Okay. You're free from boogies. I'm glad I could cheer you up. It's a scary situation. It really is, not knowing, what happened. No, I was not told what happened, but I was told I need to investigate it and it's possibly a biohazardous situation. Okay, see inside your ears, actually. Okay. Okay. What else? I see a little bit of redness in your ears. Swelling in the throat. Eyes are a little bit bloodshot. No. Yeah. And you're definitely not contagious. I beg your pardon? Oh, no. From what I've seen so far, I haven't seen any signs pointing to you being contagious. No. I do need to take your temperature though. Okay? So, let me do that, and then we'll get to business. Okay. Alright, let's stick this right under your tongue, all the way in the back. There you go. Let me check your wrist here and check your pulse. Alright. Alright, well, I guess I don't need this anymore. Or this. Okay. There. And I'll get myself a new pair of gloves while I'm at it. Okay. Let me take a look at your file. Okay, let me just... I beg your pardon? Everything's in here. Your entire medical history. From the day you were born till now. It's right in here. In this little file. Alright. Now, tell me, in your own words, your account of this animal attack. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you were camping in the woods. Mm-hmm. So you were camping in Silver Moon Woods. Why would you go there in the first place? I mean, you know, all the stories. You were looking for something. So, what exactly were you looking for? Like, lost treasure, or just heading out there with the metal detector? I'm looking for a church. Alright. Well, what else happened? Alright, so the first night you heard like a lot of noises. Snarling and growling. Okay. And all day you felt like you were being stalked by something. And then that night, okay, that night it happened. I am so sorry that this happened to you. Well, there's definitely something unusual about this case. But I promise you, we will get to the bottom of it. You said that you thought maybe it was a bear. Interesting. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to need to gather all of your belongings, okay? And then I need to document everything, examine everything. Then I'm going to examine you. Alright? We'll get to the bottom of it. We sure will. Alright, so if you would like me to leave the room, you can undress and slip on a gown. Okay? Alright. I'm going to place a couple evidence bags over here on the table. Okay? Just pack everything in there. Alright? Put your clothes in one, and then your personal effects into another bag. Okay? Alright. Well, I will leave you to it. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Let me get some gloves on. Did you fit everything in the bags? Alright. There we go. Okay, so these are your sneakers. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to send you one at a time. So, the types of things I'm looking for is, foreign objects, things that don't belong. Like odd, strange hairs, just any foreign objects that, just don't belong. So I'm seeing a couple hair fibers. Yes. Oh, there's hair fibers all over these. so your sneakers are done. I collected quite a bit of evidence of your sneakers, which is the standard reason, you know. Exactly. Sneakers, one pair, multiple hair fibers, few unknown foreign objects. Okay. All right. So let's examine the clothing. Okay. You put everything in here except your underwear. Okay, well that's fine. That is actually preferred. Okay, so let's examine each piece one by one. Sometimes things can get stuck in the zipper. So I'm going to take a close look at that. Nice socks. Almost lost that one. So, let's do your shirt next. Now, I need to make sure we don't lose any evidence when we unravel this. Okay, could have lost something there. I see you have a hat as well, or a beanie. And this we just have to this should do it. Let me just put your clothes back in the bag, and then we'll start examining you. Now, the first thing I need to do is get your fingerprints. So, this here's probably the only non-scariest part out of the examination. I agree. Okay, so I have this little ink pad here, and I'm going to need you to place each finger one at a time in this ink pad, and then place it in each one of these squares. Alright? Okay, so let's start with your right thumb. Okay, and push it right here. Okay. Next is right index. Okay. Okay, and then so on and so forth. Okay, right here. Great. Right there. Perfect. Right here. Great. Alright, now the left hand. Same process. Thumb right here. Index. Middle. And last one. Great. Okay. There we go. That's done. All right. Now, what I need to get from you is a couple DNA samples. All right. I have two swabs. One's for your nostrils and one's for your mouth. So let's start with the nostrils. So I'm probably going to be putting it up your nostril, about that far. All right. It's going to tingle a little bit and probably be a little unpleasant, but it needs needs to be done. Okay. All right. Can you tilt your head back for me a little bit? Perfect. Okay. Here we go. I know. Okay, next nostril. There. Okay. That should just about do it. And we'll put this in A. All right. Now for your mouth. Okay. Can you open up wide for me and say, ah? Okay, great. Perfect. There, look at that. Get over here. Oh, okay, you need to swallow. Go ahead. All right. Okay. Ah. All right. There we go. Get it all in there. Okay. And we're going to put that in B. Swish it around. Okay. All right. Now, next thing I need to do is I just need to, run this through your hair. Okay. Possibly pick up any, foreign materials. Okay. So. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. Now, the last DNA sample I need to get is a blood test. Okay. So, I have a needle here. All right. You're not afraid of needles, are you? Okay. All right. So, I'm just going to take some blood. Okay. There we go. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to put that into sample C. Now I need to take the control put some in sample B. 1, 2, 3, 4. And sample C. All right. Now that the DNA sampling is done, now I want to examine you. All right? Okay. So, first I want to put on the pulse oximeter. Just give me your little pointer finger and I'll slip it on. You'll never know it was there. And it'll beep. Okay. Great. Let's take a closer look at the eyes. Interesting. I'm gonna take a closer look at that. Interesting. I'd like you to read this chart for me, okay? Can you read line 4 for me? How about line 8? Okay. You see these two bars right here? What color's the first one? Okay. How about the second one? Okay. I want to listen to your heart as well as your lungs. Okay. So, can you lift your shirt up for me a little bit there? There you go. Okay. You want to blow on it? Might be a little cold. There you go. All right. Can you breathe in for me? Take a real deep breath. Go. Hold. And breathe out. over here. Big, deep breath in. Hold. And breathe out. Okay. Oh, no, nothing. Just thinking to myself. Okay. Now I'm going to take your blood pressure. So, let's see, give me your left arm. Okay. Okay, stick that in. And here we go. Okay. Well, blood pressure, heart, lungs, you are healthy as an ox. Whatever it is that attacked you, it only left scars. There is no internal damage at all. It's just cosmetic. You have a couple scratches, and some deep scratches, mind you, and of course that horrific looking bite, or almost looks like it took a chunk out of your arm. I'm going to have these samples sent off to the lab. We'll see what that has to say. Alright? Okay, so let me go and take these down to the lab. I'll be right back with some answers. And I'm back. So, I got your test results. They're very strange, that's for sure. And I took a look at your x-rays. Your x-rays are marvelous. It looks like you never had a broken bone in your life. Everything is great. Of course, the bite, and here's the bite. One of the bites. It did puncture your muscle tissue. Same thing with one of the claw marks. Okay, so I'm going to have somebody come in, clean you up, stitch you up. You'll be good to go. Okay. But otherwise, everything is just absolutely dandy. So, now, as for the DNA test results, this is where it gets strange. There it is. So according to this, the DNA is 50-50%. 50% human, 50% canine. I'm a loss for words. There is no 50% human, 50% canine type creature anywhere in the world. You said it was as big as a bear. The DNA says it's not a bear, but I'm thinking, hey, it probably was a bear. It seems like this is actually kind of getting out of my expertise. So I'm going to refer you over to my superior. He's the chief of staff of Lloydville General Hospital. I don't know if you've heard of him, Dr. Lloyd, Dr. Cornelius Lloyd. He's a fantastic doctor, very intelligent, and I think this here is the type of case that would work best for him, if that's okay with you. Well, I'll let the receptionist know, alright? She'll get you all scheduled up. You'll be good to go. Alright, well, looks like you have another doctor coming in to stitch you up and clean your wounds. I am very sorry that I couldn't give you a definitive answer on what attacked you, but it was a pleasure meeting you, and I hope you have an amazing day.